Super Smash Bros. Melee is one of my favorite games of all time. Ever since I started playing in 2024, it's quickly risen the ranks to become one of my favorite games of all time. Seriously, even in a competitive environment like Melee's, with top tier privilege galore, I play a character who is considered to be generally unviable, and even I can have a blast. A large thesis of my original video was how a big talking point against Melee was its smaller pool of viable characters, and how that was actually somewhat untrue from a nuanced point of view. And one of the characters I labeled as pseudo-viable were the Ice Climbers. Amongst some of the more unique characters in the Smash series, it features you piloting two characters at once, with Nana following your inputs and actions on a buffer. Now, having two characters at once seems like a nightmare to fight, and it is, even at a lower level. But at the same time, there is one major issue for the climbers, and it's also the fact that they're two characters. Killing the backup climber is essentially lights out for the character, as the lone climber doesn't have the tools to fight back against most of the cast, and as such is seen as a last resort to attempt to pull off some damage before the inevitable death of the climber. This unique characteristic of the Ice Climbers makes them amongst the most dynamic characters in the game, as messing up could mean a lost stock, while incautious play from the Ice Climbers could mean the very opposite. As a result, this makes the Ice Climbers viable in theory, but in the post-wobbling era where it's now banned, such viability has rarely been demonstrated in practice. Though as the metagame goes on now, Ice Climbers' results have only been improving and improving. After the pandemic, the Ice Climbers still remain less prevalent than they were before it, but are now adequately represented today, with several Ices players making it to the top 100 as of late. One of these players is Slug, a Pittsburgh-based Melee player who is the highest ranked Ices player since Slippy launched, a arguably more impressive feat given the banning of wobbling. And, after a brief stint of inactivity, he returned to competition in 2025, and just participated in a tournament called Out of the Blue 5. This is the second major of 2026 for Melee, and he firmly swept almost every player in his path to make it to Grand Finals. Not only the first Ice Climbers player in the modern era to make it to Grand Finals, but one of the few times a climber has made it to this point in Melee's history. And after the notorious dominance of Cody and Zane, this was the first major in a long time to have only one of those players, with Cody skipping out on this tournament. This meant it was up to Zane to defend his title as the newly crowned best player in the world, and one of the best players in the game's history. And after a smooth, lossless run to top 8, Zane would be a favorite to take the entire tournament. His first opponent in top 8 was Wizrobe, a top Captain Falcon player, and arguably the best in the world today. While Wizrobe does have a disadvantage in seeding and character choice, even the game's greatest players never went undefeated. Like every set in Melee, there was always a chance.
What is happening?
Dude.
Everyone's standing up.
Oh no!
He misses the stomp. Wizzy doesn't.
Oh my god!
Oh,
he drops it! Down throw, slide off.
There's
No way.
There's no way.
No way.
Jab reset. Forward throw. Perfect.
No way.
Dare.
No way! Oh my god, he drops it! Wizzy's back.
You have to swing. You have to get out of there somehow.
Knock down. Oh my god.
You can hear him.
Oh my god,
drop.
they trade.
Oh! Second in the corner. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. F tilt. Is that it? He gets back.
He just gives it to him.
The back air.
Bear doesn't kill.
Oh my god, he's still side B. Oh my god, the fucking back hit on Bear.
152.
Ah! Oh my god, any hit from either of these players. Bear. Oh, he doesn't find the smash.
Incredible jump back.
Neutral get up from Wizro. Oh my god!
You won't see a smarter.
And just like that, the best player in the world had fallen. Thankfully, he only dropped down to the losers bracket and still had the chance to win the entire tournament, as his contemporary, Cody, had done so a few months earlier. His next opponent, Hungrybox, widely regarded as the greatest Jigglypuff player of all time, and one of the game's greatest players of all time, was up next. Zane had become a major bracket demon for Hungrybox, in what is considered one of Jigglypuff's all-time worst matchups. And with Zane shutting out Hungrybox several times in the past, there was no reason why this match would go different. But even in spite of all that, there was a chance.
And like so many aerials or so many tilts just lead to
You gotta play
press.
You gotta dribble the basketball so perfectly with your grab follow-ups. And I mean, right now, perfectly spaced Bear. And
Oh
that's
my god.
Game JV3 to end it. 3-1.
H-Box takes it. Zane is out of the tournament at 5th in what many were calling like the best bracket.
Within 2 back-to-back sets, the king was dead. It's pretty insane that for one of the most difficult opponents, both Hungrybox and Wizro would succeed at this tournament. At this point, Zane is widely regarded as one of the greatest melee players of all time, with a trophy case more stacked than Armada's, with very few players being able to claim a winning record on him. Having 2 of the biggest ass whoopies defeating their demon was quite a sight to see. But one of these players was not done yet. Wizrope was still on winner's side, but he fell victim to the Ice Climber shenanigans and fell straight into Hungrybox. The 2 Floridians had a near even lifetime set count, and duked it out to challenge Slug.
Has been just neck and neck. We've seen Wizzy start, H-Box pull back. Wizzy get another hit, H-Box comes right back into it.
Up till rest!
We got one more.
Till rest! Every time!
You can opposite tech it.
Which we talked about earlier.
We can talk about that. Anyway, no, this could be it.
Off stage already! He gets a grab! A knee! He's building up off stage! Gets on the ledge. He's safe. Finds a nair! Building up the percent. He is 1 knee away, but H-Box is 1 rest away, and every time he's needed it, he's found one.
We can't keep coming back to this stage for the most hype moments of the tournament. What is up with Fountain?
Why has Wizro played on this stage so many times?
I don't know. He loves it. This could be it. 1 hit.
Okay.
Either opponent.
Okay, back air puts H-Box in the corner. Don't put baby in a corner. Up air, that's not quite enough.
That
up air is gonna do it.
And just like that, history was about to be made. Some of the lesser common characters at a higher level were guaranteed to win a major for the first time in virtually years. Mid-tiers making it to top 8 alone was a sight to behold virtually any time it happens today. But to win is to be etched into Melee's history. Even to reach the podium is a pretty respectable feat. So needless to say, just being here meant a lot to both of these players. But winning was a different story. Slug would be able to become the first Ice Climbers to win a major if he won here. And Wizrobe would surpass Isaiah with the most major wins out of any Captain Falcon player ever. It would be a showdown for the ages. Go!
We could see another. A knee could seal it if we get rid of Nana.
Near the corner.
I think we're going last stop. I think we're going to the final stop of game 15.
He has to execute
He can't
here.
miss this.
He's dropped a couple. He's
Here
not
we
going
go.
to drop this one.
That's it.
He doesn't. Last stop.
Game 15.
Now we are at one more stop. Knee. Nana is gone. Off the
There he
table.
goes.
Wizzy gets a knee. The first Chicago major. It goes to Wizrobe in a game 15.
Unbelievable.
15 games.
Look at him. He cannot believe his eyes.
Which have been in the back of his head for the majority.
And at the end of the day, Wizrobe would prevail. With him being the only player aside from Cody with a major win in 2025, Wizrobe had a genuine claim for being a top 3 player in the world. But as we know, even the best may fall privy to failing. Our next story takes us to a tournament not too long after Out of the Blue 5. This tournament was Full House Castle Siege, an invitational held in the Poconos of Pennsylvania, featuring some of Melee's finest players. Other typical invitees were your typical Cody Schwab, Zane, Hungerbox, and of course, Rat Monster. An arguable top 10 contender in 2026, Rat Monster is arguably one of the greatest Luigi players to ever do it. And despite being a hidden boss for several years, only making rare appearances at Supernova and Virginia Regionals, he made some pretty decent impacts at them, peaking at 25th at Supernova 2024. And then after kind of underperforming at Full Blown 25, I don't know how to say it's like he just got good. And with that, he made a good run at CEO 25, a pseudo major, placing 9th overall, and then matching that performance at Get On My Level months later, a super major. Now, Rat Monster certainly isn't the first Luigi player to make these placements, but he's the first to do so in the post-Libby metagame, which meant he still had a lot of eyes on him as a player. And not to mention, even though he never necessarily placed the highest, his wins were incredibly good, and the undisputed best out of any Luigi player, period. He beat Zane's ass so bad that it was a genuine talking point for a reason as to why he lost the title of the best player in the world. And at the end of the day, Rat Monster is playing into a matchup that heavily favors Marth, and he beat him in 3 out of 4 of their encounters. Whether at a tournament or not, that's still pretty impressive. Doubly so that Rat Monster has only been playing for a few years. So he's undoubtedly a good player, and one that's playing a mid-tier at that. And all of this was about to be proven at this tournament. Full House was a round robin, so Rat Monster could only lose 2 sets in order to enter on winner's side of bracket. Rat Monster started off pretty strong with a close win on Moki, but then lost 2 consecutive sets to Cody and Nunn. If he lost here, he could potentially place last out of 16 entrants. He had to be on his A game in order to enter on winner's side. So Rat Monster swept Sunsei, but ran into our old friend Wizrobe. Now, as a Mario, Luigi, and Dr. Mario player, I can say this. Captain Falcon is one of, if not the hardest matchup across all of these characters. Falcon's airspeed trumps over all these characters, and especially Luigi, and he's virtually unchallengeable in the air by these characters. And given that Luigi has some of the worst airspeed in the game, this makes it really hard to get in for these characters. But Rat Monster did overcome Zane in one of Luigi's hardest matchups, so could he do it again? In a defiance of expectations, Rat Monster didn't only win, he destroyed Wizzy.
Confidence coming into the gameplay here. He's starting to combo longer. He's starting to linger in Wizrobe's zone. He's
starting to believe, but it's Wizrobe's turn.
Oh no!
Off stage.
Okay, he gets ledge.
Yep. Oh, drop nair. Reverse fair.
First one, it's just tap it in.
Still a jump for Wizzy. Yep.
Wizrobe is impossible to kill.
The curse of just one more hit, just one more fair.
Wizzy holding shield a lot. It's slowly dwindling just because of the amount he's spending.
Can he get over? He can't. Oh, it's the reverse down air.
Oh,
Rat have done anything that wasn't that. He went for the, oh my God.
The backpack's off!
It's off for the match.
But even though he beat his hardest matchup, he was still just barely outside the top 8 of the tournament, one of the most prestigious achievements in fighting game history. He had to win just one more set, and he would finally be the first Luigi player in almost a decade to make it to a top 8. He was seeded directly into a Hungrybox, who was at this point a top 3 player. The floaties are pretty difficult for mid-tiers to overcome, and especially Jigglypuff. They're difficult to combo, and they have impressive aerial presence, something that Luigi can struggle with. But Luigi struggles with a lot of things, and Rat Monster proved that a bad matchup was nothing for him. At the same time though, this is Hungrybox. He has the most major wins in Melee's history, and never really lost to a Luigi player in Series tournament. Ever. As expected, this matchup would be an uphill battle for the Luigi player, but he had very close sets with SDJ as well, the second best Jigglypuff player today. So would he be able to claim his top 8? Disappointingly, no. Hungrybox is the last top player to not fall victim to Rat Monster's voodoo, and it remained as such. And although Rat Monster clutched at a game or so, the momentum wasn't enough to win the set. So, this was it. Rat Monster could secure his legacy as a Luigi legend, or he could fall. He sat down to face Aura, a top Peach player. He actually beat Aura a few months prior, but this time, disappointingly, Aura would turn the tides on Rat Monster.
Dude, this is so Rat Monster. No way. No way. No way. No way. Dude, he's so fucking lucky. He's so fucking lucky. I'm telling you.
You must have imagined Rat Monster's frustration at this moment. He lost to a randomly stronger turn-up in a last game scenario, at the verge of his first top 8, and a potentially longer run with the Rizro run back. At this point, I was getting ready to stop believing. I was an advocate for Rat Monster being a top 10 player, but even with his insane upsets, without a major top 8, it was hard, if not impossible, to achieve such a ranking. This was Rat Monster's big break and he blew it. But there was one last hope. Pat's House 5 was happening in 2 weeks. If Rat Monster could make some strides here, he could potentially be ranked a top 10 player. And you know what? He didn't just make strides. He whooped ass.
Tech there.
Here we go. Again with the grab. I thought that was going to be forward smash there.
Bit of a flub from Rat Monster.
Yeah.
Is the slop setting into the veins? Not yet.
Slop it up.
We're going last stock. Okay, Moki finds an up tilt. Nothing off of it. Oh, but he's got Luigi up in the air now. Rat Monster has the grab, Jack!
Hey!
He's got the grab! And he picks up the pieces!
He wants grand finals, he wants a piece of Zane, but so does Smokey!
Oh!
It's
Finds an
Smokey
air!
here!
Up there! Down air! Moki's off stage! Can he clean it up? No! The opportunity He was there to go to ledge. He doesn't get there in time, but the
forward tilt, and a down air to win it. It's going to be the rematch. Rap Monster in grand finals of Pat's house. And
this was where no Luigi player would ever be before. He was able to reach grand finals pretty resoundingly up against Zane. And while he did end up losing to Zane in the end result was still very impressive. Like I said, Rap Monster was a newer player, and within about 5 years, he made it all the way to the final round of a major, something some people have never done in 25 years of playing the game. Would it have been cool to see Luigi win a major? Yeah, of course. But at the same time, I don't think Melee players would be able to handle the collective cortisol spike that it would entail. That would mean Rap Monster would have skipped top 8 entirely and just straight up won. A feat that I think has only been achieved by someone like Akola, but correct me if I'm wrong, of course. But the rise of uncommon characters in Melee is not a coincidence, it's a trend. In the last video, I talked about Junebug's impressive run with DK, who was formerly considered a pretty mediocre mid-tier, but now on most collective tier lists, he's actually ranking as a pretty decent mid-tier, or at the very least a high-tier character. And no, it just wasn't one guy who played DK all the time. Now there are a ton of DK players storming the meta. One of these new players is Dial M, one of Melee's prodigies who was able to make some major upsets at Genesis X2. Hell, you know what? There's even some lower tier characters that are getting some spotlight nowadays too. While this is a bit of an older result, Rien was able to defeat Aura with Zelda, arguably the best win a Zelda player has ever gotten in the history of Melee. And if you're not looking at the highest caliber of gameplay, you can also see some very impressive results at smaller regionals. Luminosity makes moves Miami, while it's not a major exactly, it was definitely not a small tournament. And yet we saw a Nest player make top 16. And especially in European Melee, there seems to be an abundance of mid-tier mains. My favorite of them being Noon, a Mario player. No bias, of course. But in his region you also see Skullbro, a Dr. Mario main. And you also see a Mewtwo main as well. Now yes, is EU a top region in Melee? Not exactly. Its upper echelon of players are top 100 contenders, but the rest are only regional threats at best. Still, Europe is a whole ass continent, and while it does represent a very small percentage of the top 100 globally, it's still a pretty impressive feat to be ranked there. But to bring it all back together, the point of this video is that Melee, as a game, is always ever evolving. There will always be lesser common characters at these events. There will always be unfavorable matchups to overcome. But if you're good with your character, you have a reasonable shot at winning a decently sized tournament. Is it rare? Yeah, that's kind of why they're called mid-tiers. But are they unviable? No. And that's what I love about Melee. You could arguably pick up any character and see at least top 100 level success. Yes, it is very rare for lower tier characters to not be ranked. So yeah, is it kind of annoying to fight mid-tiers on Slippy? Yeah, but in my opinion, not only are you denying another player decent practice just because they picked one character, but you're also ignoring a big part of Melee's culture. Because, who knows, one day, you might be facing a kid with a backpack, and he might just 3-0 you with Luigi. Hey guys, zeusdeegoose here. Yes, I know this is a very different video. I was kind of planning on this being like what is it, zeusdeegoose like 0.5 episode, like the soapbox series. I do really like these soapboxes actually. I will probably do more of them, but yeah. So I actually have a lot of ideas on what I want to do next. I don't think it's going to be within the realm of gaming at all. But yeah, it will be a very cool video, and I'm pretty sure most of you will like it. If you've been paying attention to the community tab, I'm always sharing stuff there, and I will share more soon enough. So make sure you subscribe. Just do the polls. Also fill out my feedback form. It's new for this year. I don't get the chance to upload videos as much as often anymore, just because my life is getting really hellish right now. But it's a good hell. Like, I'm enjoying the work grind. but it's very hard to upkeep zeusdeegoose at the same time because I'm very busy all the time. So please just subscribe, share with your friends. I just need that sort of continual growth. And yeah, that's really about it. Have a good day, and stay tuned next time for more Goose.